Discovering your true passion is one of the most important steps you can take in life if you want to experience fulfillment and joy in your daily work. Many people go through life following a routine that was shaped by others' expectations, family, society, teachers, or peers, without ever pausing to ask themselves what truly excites them. They settle for jobs that provide security or financial stability, but feel empty inside because they are not aligned with what makes them feel alive. The statement, "Find something you love and you'll never work a day in your life," is not about avoiding effort or skipping responsibility. It is about aligning your efforts with something so meaningful and enjoyable that even challenges feel worthwhile. When you operate from passion, hard work transforms into something that feels like a natural extension of who you are. The first step in discovering your passion is to pay attention to what sparks your curiosity. From childhood, each of us has been drawn to certain activities, subjects, or ideas that felt effortless and exciting. Some people loved drawing, others couldn't stop asking questions about how things work, while some naturally enjoyed helping and leading others. These early inclinations often hold clues to our deeper calling. The problem is that as we grow older, we are told to be practical, to choose a safe path, and to forget those childlike interests. But true passion rarely disappears. It only gets buried under layers of fear and conformity. To rediscover it, you must be willing to silence the voices around you and listen to your inner voice. What do you lose track of time doing? What activities energize you rather than drain you? These questions are powerful guides. Many people confuse passion with hobbies, but passion runs deeper. It is not just something you do for fun. It is something you feel compelled to pursue, even if it's difficult. Passion gives you a sense of purpose, a feeling that you are contributing something valuable to the world. For example, someone who loves writing may not just enjoy creating stories for themselves, but may feel an unshakable drive to share words that inspire others. Someone who enjoys cooking may feel fulfilled not because of the act of cooking alone, but because food allows them to connect with people and bring joy. When you uncover your passion, it often connects to a larger purpose, something beyond your personal enjoyment. Discovering passion also requires exploration. Too often, people expect their passion to reveal itself in a moment of sudden clarity, but in reality, it unfolds gradually. You have to be willing to try different paths, experiment with new skills, and expose yourself to diverse experiences. Passion is often discovered through doing, not just thinking. A person who thinks they might enjoy photography will only confirm that by picking up a camera, experimenting with shots, and feeling the thrill of capturing a moment. Similarly, someone curious about teaching won't know if it's their calling until they step into a classroom or volunteer to mentor someone. The process of discovery demands action, courage, and patience. It is also important to recognize that passion is not always glamorous. The modern world often romanticizes the idea of doing what you love, as if it means a life of constant excitement and ease. In truth, every passion comes with its own struggles, frustrations, and failures. An artist who loves painting will still face creative blocks. An entrepreneur passionate about building a business will deal with setbacks and sleepless nights. A musician driven by love for their craft will still need to practice for hours. Passion doesn't eliminate challenges, but it gives you the energy to endure them. You willingly embrace the difficulties because the reward of doing what you love is far greater than the discomfort of the effort required. Another key part of discovering your true passion is separating your authentic desires from external pressures. Many people mistake the dreams of others for their own. For example, a student may pursue medicine because their parents believe it is a respectable path. even though their heart longs for something entirely different like design, business, or social work. Others chase careers solely for financial gain, believing money will bring happiness, only to realize years later that they feel unfulfilled. To find your passion, you must ask yourself, if there were no expectations, no fear of judgment, and no financial constraints, what would I choose to do with my life? The honest answer to that question often reveals the seeds of passion. Discovering passion also demands self-reflection on your strengths. Passion and talent often work hand in hand. When you are naturally skilled in a certain area and enjoy doing it, the combination creates flow, a state where you are fully immersed, productive, and fulfilled. For instance, someone who has strong communication skills may feel most alive when speaking, teaching, or inspiring others. Another who excels at problem solving may find passion in engineering, science, or innovation. By paying attention to where your strengths intersect with joy, you begin to narrow down the fields where passion lies. A crucial truth about passion is that it evolves. What excites you at one stage of life may not remain the same forever. The beauty of passion is that it grows as you grow. Perhaps you begin by loving music, but later discover that your passion lies not in performing, but in mentoring young musicians. Maybe you start out fascinated by business and making money, but as you mature, your passion shifts toward using your success to help others. Being open to this evolution is key. Passion is not a single fixed destination, but a journey that adapts as you gain new experiences and perspectives. Fear is one of the greatest barriers to discovering passion. People worry that they won't succeed, that others will judge them, or that pursuing passion is risky. But the truth is, fear only keeps you locked in mediocrity. Every successful person who lives their passion once stood where you are, unsure and afraid. What separates them is the willingness to take the leap, to try, to fail, and to learn. The journey to passion may not always be smooth, but the regret of not trying at all is far heavier than the sting of temporary setbacks. Courage is the price you pay for living a passion-filled life. When you finally discover your true passion, you gain more than just a career path, you gain meaning. Work stops feeling like work because it aligns with your inner self. You wake up with excitement, knowing that your energy is directed towards something that matters to you. The fulfillment you feel spills over into other areas of your life, making you a more positive, inspired, and motivated person. Passion-driven people often inspire others around them, creating a ripple effect of motivation and purpose. Living in alignment with your passion is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself and the world. Discovering your true passion is not about finding a shortcut to avoid hard work. It is about embracing work that feels worthwhile, joyful, and connected to who you really are. It is about remembering what excites you, experimenting with different paths, facing fears, and being open to growth. When you take the time to truly uncover what you love, you step into a life where work becomes play, challenges become stepping stones, and every day feels meaningful. That is the essence of find something you love and you'll never work a day in your life. A life where passion fuels your journey and transforms labor into joy. Turning passion into purpose is the bridge between simply enjoying something and creating a life of impact and fulfillment. Many people discover what they love to do, but not everyone learns how to direct that passion toward a meaningful outcome that adds value to the world. Passion without purpose can feel like energy without direction. It excites you but may not sustain you long term. Purpose, on the other hand, gives your passion depth, clarity, and a sense of responsibility. It transforms your love for something into a mission that not only benefits you but also serves others. When you find a way to align your passion with purpose, you create a powerful force that can change your life and inspire those around you. The first step in turning passion into purpose is recognizing that your passion is more than just a personal indulgence. Too often, people treat passion as something they do on the side, separate from their careers or life path, as if it is a luxury rather than a necessity. But passion is actually a compass pointing you toward your purpose. Ask yourself why your passion excites you. For instance, someone passionate about fitness may realize their deeper purpose lies in helping others improve their health, build confidence, and live longer. A person who loves storytelling may discover their purpose is to inspire or educate through their words. Passion sparks joy, but purpose gives that joy a reason for being. When the two connect, you no longer simply do something for yourself. You do it because it creates meaning in the world. Another important factor in this transformation is service. Purpose is almost always tied to helping others in some way. Think about the people you admire most. Whether they are entrepreneurs, artists, leaders, or educators, their passion did not just benefit them, it impacted others. Steve Jobs was passionate about design and technology, but his purpose was to create tools that empowered people to think differently and innovate. Oprah Winfrey loved communication, but her purpose became helping people discover their own power and truth. When you reflect on your passion, ask, who can this help? How can this improve lives? How can this create a difference? The answer will guide you toward purpose. Another critical step is to connect your passion to a vision. Purpose thrives on clarity and direction. Without a vision, even the most passionate efforts can feel scattered or unfocused. If you love art, your purpose might become creating works that bring healing, awareness, or joy. If you're passionate about business, your purpose might be building solutions that solve real problems in society. Vision gives you something to strive for beyond personal satisfaction. It helps you wake up each morning with the sense that your passion has a role to play in the bigger picture. This vision doesn't have to be grand at first. Even small contributions can carry purpose when fueled by genuine love and dedication. It is also essential to align passion and purpose with perseverance. Many people give up on their passions because they fail to see immediate results. But purpose is not built overnight. It is cultivated over time through consistent effort. Consider the musician who spends years honing their craft before their songs touch millions, or the writer who publishes dozens of unnoticed pieces before creating something that resonates deeply. The link between passion and purpose requires patience. Your passion keeps you motivated, but your purpose keeps you grounded, reminding you that even small steps have meaning. Fear and doubt often surface when people try to transform passion into purpose. Thoughts like, what if I fail? Or what if no one cares? Can hold you back. But it is important to remember that purpose is not about perfection or universal approval. It is about authenticity and contribution. Even if your work touches one person deeply, you are fulfilling purpose. Every great movement, invention, or creation began with one person choosing to live their passion with purpose despite fear. The courage to begin, even imperfectly, is what eventually creates impact. Turning passion into purpose also requires discipline. While passion fuels excitement, purpose demands structure. If you love writing, purpose may mean setting aside dedicated time to write consistently and share your work with the world. If your passion is fitness, purpose may require you to learn more, gain certifications, and build a platform to train or inspire others. Without discipline, passion remains a fleeting spark. With discipline, it becomes a steady flame that lights your path and others. Discipline transforms passion from something you enjoy occasionally into a lifestyle that continuously creates value. Another aspect of connecting passion to purpose is resilience. On the journey, you will face criticism, rejection, and setbacks. But when your passion is tied to purpose, these obstacles don't stop you. They refine you. Purpose provides a reason to keep going when challenges appear. Think of teachers who face difficult classrooms, yet continue because they believe in the power of education. Think of entrepreneurs who fail repeatedly but persist because their purpose is bigger than their failures. Purpose gives you the strength to endure and the vision to see setbacks as lessons, not dead ends. It is also important to embrace growth as part of your purpose. Passion often leads you to a starting point, but purpose requires you to expand. For example, you may start by being passionate about cooking for friends and family, but your purpose may grow into teaching others how to cook healthy meals or opening a restaurant that brings communities together. Growth allows your passion to touch more people and have a broader impact. It pushes you out of your comfort zone and challenges you to use your passion in new and creative ways. When passion and purpose combine, life gains meaning. Work stops being just about earning money or surviving. It becomes about creating something worthwhile. You no longer dread Monday mornings because your work reflects your inner values. Each day becomes an opportunity to live authentically, to contribute, and to inspire. This alignment not only brings personal fulfillment, but also creates a ripple effect, motivating others to seek their own passions and purposes. People are drawn to those who live with passion and purpose because they embody authenticity and courage. Ultimately, turning passion into purpose is about asking yourself three key questions. What do I love? How can this serve others? What vision do I want to bring to life? The answers to these questions guide you toward a life that is not just about doing what feels good, but about living in a way that leaves a legacy. When you channel your passion into purpose, you create work that matters, a life that feels significant, and an identity rooted in authenticity. You no longer feel like you are working against the grain of life. Instead, you are in harmony with it, moving with energy, intention, and joy. That is the power of turning passion into purpose. It transforms ordinary work into extraordinary meaning and ensures that every effort you make is worth the journey. Building skills around what you love is the step that turns passion into a sustainable, powerful, and rewarding path. Passion gives you the spark, but skills provide the fuel that keeps the fire burning. Without skills, passion can remain a dream, something you admire from afar but cannot fully live. Skills transform that passion into something practical, something that can add value to your life and the lives of others. For instance, someone who loves singing but never develops vocal techniques may remain a casual hobbyist, while another who dedicates time to training, learning, and practicing can turn that same love for singing into a career or a life mission. Passion shows you the direction, but skills build the road that leads to your destination. The first truth about building skills around passion is that talent alone is never enough. Many people rely on natural ability, thinking that because they are good at something, success will naturally follow. But natural ability without refinement often leads to frustration. Skills sharpen talent, making it effective and reliable. A person may have a natural gift for public speaking, but without learning how to structure speeches, control their voice, and connect with an audience, their potential remains underdeveloped. Similarly, someone passionate about art may have creativity but needs to learn techniques, study styles, and understand tools to fully express themselves. Skills give passion a structure that allows it to thrive beyond raw enthusiasm. Building skills requires consistent practice. No matter what field you are passionate about, mastery is born from repetition. Musicians practice for hours daily, athletes train tirelessly, and writers commit to writing regularly. Passion may make practice enjoyable, but discipline makes it effective. Every time you practice, you strengthen your ability, and every mistake becomes a lesson. Over time, this commitment compounds, turning small daily efforts into extraordinary expertise. The more skilled you become, the more confidence you gain, and that confidence fuels your willingness to keep growing. One of the most effective ways to build skills around passion is to seek education and mentorship. Books, courses, workshops, and online resources are powerful tools that accelerate learning. Mentors, in particular, play a significant role in skill building because they provide guidance, feedback, and insight that you may not see on your own. They help you avoid common mistakes and show you the shortcuts earned through years of experience. If your passion is photography, learning from a seasoned photographer can save you years of trial and error. If you're passionate about entrepreneurship, finding a mentor who has built successful businesses can open your eyes to lessons textbooks cannot teach. Education and mentorship provide structure and accountability to your growth. Another crucial factor in developing skills is stepping out of your comfort zone. Passion often makes us feel good because it excites us, but growth requires discomfort. Building skills means challenging yourself with tasks that feel difficult or intimidating at first. If you love writing, push yourself to write for different audiences, experiment with styles, or submit work for publication. If you love sports, train with people who are stronger or faster than you. It may feel uncomfortable, but discomfort is the arena where true skills are forged. The more you stretch your abilities, the more resilient and capable you become. It is also important to embrace failure as part of skill building. Many people give up when they face setbacks, thinking it is a sign that they are not cut out for their passion. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process. Every failure teaches you something new, whether it is a weakness to improve, a strategy to change, or a habit to adopt. Thomas Edison famously said he did not fail 0 times while inventing the light bulb. He discovered 10 zeros, 0 ways that did not work. Passion may get you started, but resilience through failure keeps you on the path long enough to build mastery. Skills are not born from perfection. They are born from persistence. Another key to building skills around what you love is setting specific goals. Passion without direction can lead to scattered efforts, but goals provide clarity. If you love painting, set a goal to complete a certain number of artworks each month. If you love coding, aim to build a new project or contribute to an open source program. Goals give you measurable progress and keep you focused on growth. They also provide motivation because each milestone achieved reminds you that you are moving forward. Over time, these small goals add up to significant expertise. Collaboration is another powerful tool in skill development. When you surround yourself with people who share your passion, you create an environment of inspiration and accountability. Collaborating exposes you to new ideas, challenges you to raise your standards, and gives you opportunities to learn from others' strengths. For example, a passionate musician who joins a band will grow faster than one who only plays alone because they are constantly challenged by their peers. Collaboration also creates opportunities for feedback, and constructive feedback is one of the fastest ways to improve skills. Technology and modern resources make skill building more accessible than ever. Online platforms allow you to learn almost any skill from anywhere in the world. Whether it's design, marketing, coding, or public speaking, you can find tutorials, communities, and resources that accelerate your learning. The key is not just to consume knowledge passively, but to apply it actively. Watching 100 videos about playing guitar will not make you a guitarist, until you pick up the instrument and practice daily. Skill building is about the combination of learning and doing, theory and application. Another aspect of building skills is adaptability. The world changes rapidly, and skills that are valuable today may evolve tomorrow. To stay relevant, you must be open to continuous learning. Passion gives you the drive to stay engaged, but adaptability ensures you remain effective in changing circumstances. For instance, a passionate marketer must adapt to new digital platforms, tools, and strategies. A passionate teacher must adjust to new learning methods and technologies. Adaptability keeps your passion alive by allowing your skills to evolve with the times. Finally, building skills around passion leads to empowerment. When you are skilled at something you love, you not only gain personal satisfaction but also create opportunities for yourself and others. You can turn your skills into a career, a business, or a movement. You gain confidence in your ability to contribute value, and that confidence spills into other areas of life. Skills turn your passion into something sustainable, something that pays the bills, supports your family, and creates a legacy. They allow you to transform joy into livelihood and excitement into expertise. Building skills around what you love is not about reaching perfection. It is about consistent growth. It is about showing up every day, learning, practicing, failing, and trying again until your abilities match your passion. It is about recognizing that passion without skill is a dream, but passion with skill is power. When you commit to developing your talents, you create the tools needed to live your passion fully. That is the difference between those who admire their passions from the sidelines and those who live them out loud. Skills give you the wings to let your passion soar, and with those wings, you can transform your life into a journey filled with purpose, fulfillment, and lasting impact. Overcoming fear and doubt on the journey toward doing what you love is one of the most crucial steps in turning passion into reality. No matter how strong your passion is, fear and doubt will always attempt to stand in the way. They whisper in your ear, convincing you that you are not ready, not good enough, or that failure will destroy you. They make you second, guess your dreams, and settle for comfort zones that keep you from truly living. Fear and doubt are natural, but they do not have to control you. In fact, every person who has achieved success in following their passion has faced fear and doubt. The difference is that they chose to move forward in spite of them. Learning how to overcome these inner obstacles is what separates those who only dream from those who actually live their dreams. Fear shows up in many forms. Sometimes it is fear of failure, the worry that if you try and do not succeed, others will judge you or you will feel worthless. Sometimes it is fear of rejection, the idea that people will not accept your work, your voice, or your vision. Other times it is fear of the unknown, not knowing how the future will unfold and feeling safer clinging to the familiar. Doubt often follows fear, creating a cycle of hesitation. You begin to wonder if you have what it takes, if you are talented enough, if your efforts will ever matter. These fears and doubts are part of being human, but if you let them dictate your choices, you will never give yourself the chance to find out what you are truly capable of. The first step in overcoming fear and doubt is awareness. You must recognize when they are speaking and understand that they are not facts, only feelings. Just because you feel fear does not mean danger is present. It only means you are stepping into something unfamiliar. Fear is the mind's way of protecting you, but in modern life, it often protects you from growth rather than harm. For example, the fear of public speaking is not about real physical danger. It is about the possibility of embarrassment. Recognizing this truth helps you see fear for what it is, a signal that you are stepping into a new level of life, not a warning to retreat. Once you are aware of fear and doubt, the next step is reframing them. Instead of seeing fear as a stop sign, see it as a green light that you are moving in the right direction. The very presence of fear means you are stretching yourself beyond your comfort zone. Growth only happens when you enter uncomfortable territory. Doubt, too, can be reframed. Rather than treating it as a reason to quit, treat it as a challenge to improve. If you doubt your skills, let that doubt push you to practice more. If you doubt your ideas, let that doubt motivate you to refine them. By reframing fear and doubt, you turn them from enemies into teachers. Courage is the tool that allows you to overcome fear. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is action in spite of fear. Every time you take a step forward while feeling afraid, you weaken fear's power over you. Small acts of courage build momentum. If your passion is speaking, courage might mean raising your hand in a meeting to share your thoughts. If your passion is writing, courage might mean publishing your first article, even if you are uncertain how people will respond. These small acts accumulate, and with each one, fear loses its grip. The more you act with courage, the more natural it becomes to face fear. Another powerful strategy is surrounding yourself with supportive people. Fear and doubt grow stronger when you isolate yourself, but they shrink when you are encouraged by others. A community of like-minded individuals who believe in you can give you strength on days when you struggle to believe in yourself. Mentors, friends, and colleagues who have walked the path before you can share their stories of overcoming fear, reminding you that you are not alone. Even the most successful people had moments of uncertainty, but their support systems gave them the courage to keep going. Visualization is also a tool for overcoming fear. Often, fear magnifies worst-case scenarios, convincing you that failure will be catastrophic. But if you visualize success, you create a mental picture of what is possible. Picture yourself living your passion fully. Imagine the joy, fulfillment, and impact it brings, and let that vision pull you forward. When your mind is filled with positive images of what can happen, fear's negative images lose power. This shift in focus keeps you motivated and determined, even when doubt tries to creep in. Practical preparation can also reduce fear. Many fears stem from feeling unprepared or inadequate. The more prepared you are, the more confident you become. If you fear failing in business, study your industry, practice your skills, and learn from others. If you fear performing, rehearse until confidence replaces anxiety. Preparation does not eliminate fear, but it quiets it by proving to yourself that you are capable. With every step of preparation, your confidence grows stronger than your doubt. It is also important to understand that failure is not something to fear, but something to embrace. Every failure is a lesson that brings you closer to success. When you shift your perspective from fearing failure to seeing it as feedback, you free yourself from paralysis. The truth is, nobody succeeds without stumbling along the way. Some of the world's most celebrated achievers failed repeatedly before reaching their goals. What made them different was their refusal to let fear of failure stop them. They used failure as a stepping stone, not a dead end. Self-belief is another critical weapon against fear and doubt. Believing in yourself does not mean arrogance or pretending you have everything figured out. It means trusting that you are resourceful, adaptable, and capable of growing into your dream. Affirmations, journaling, and celebrating small wins help strengthen self-belief. The more you remind yourself of your progress and potential, the less room there is for doubt to control you. Self-belief is not built overnight. It is cultivated daily through intentional focus on your strengths and achievements. Finally, living with passion requires accepting that fear and doubt will never disappear completely. They will always show up at new stages of your journey, but once you learn to act in spite of them, they lose their power. The goal is not to eliminate fear, but to master your response to it. Each time you face fear and doubt and move forward anyway, you build resilience. Resilience gives you the strength to continue chasing your passion no matter what obstacles appear. It becomes part of who you are, someone who does not back down but rises to every challenge. Overcoming fear and doubt is about reclaiming your power from the voices that try to hold you back. It is about recognizing fear as a sign of growth, reframing doubt as an invitation to improve, and choosing courage over comfort. When you push through fear and silence doubt, you unlock the freedom to live your passion fully. You stop letting what if control your life and start creating the life you truly desire. The journey will never be without challenges, but every step you take in courage makes you stronger, braver, and more unstoppable. Fear and doubt are shadows that only appear when you are standing in the light of your passion. And the brighter you shine, the less those shadows matter. Creating a life of fulfillment, not just a career, is one of the most important lessons to embrace when pursuing what you love. Too often, people confuse success with titles, salaries, or professional recognition, believing that a career alone defines their identity. While a career can certainly provide stability and opportunities, it is not the same as fulfillment. Fulfillment is deeper. It is about living a life that feels meaningful, balanced, and aligned with your values. It is about waking up each day with a sense of joy and purpose, knowing that what you are doing reflects who you truly are. A career may give you a paycheck, but fulfillment gives you peace. The key is to ensure that the path you choose is not only about earning, but also about living. The first step in creating fulfillment is redefining what success means to you. Society often pushes a one-size-fits-all definition. Success is wealth, status, or power. But true fulfillment comes from creating a personal definition of success that resonates with your heart. For some, fulfillment may mean having the freedom to travel and explore the world. For others, it may be raising a family while pursuing a passion project. Some may find fulfillment in building a business that changes lives, while others find it in art, teaching, or community service. The point is that fulfillment cannot be dictated by external standards. It must come from within. When you take the time to define success on your own terms, you begin building a life that reflects your truth rather than someone else's expectations. Another important aspect of fulfillment is balance. A career can often consume every ounce of energy, leaving no space for relationships, health, or personal growth. People chase promotions or achievements only to realize they sacrificed their happiness along the way. A fulfilled life is one where different areas are nourished: work, relationships, health, spirituality, and self-care. You may be passionate about your career, but if it leaves you burnt out, disconnected, or empty, it cannot provide lasting fulfillment. Balance does not mean splitting everything evenly. It means making intentional choices that honor what matters most to you. For example, if family is important, make space for them even during busy times. If personal health matters, do not neglect it in pursuit of work goals. Fulfillment thrives when life is lived in harmony, not in extremes. Fulfillment also comes from contribution. While a career often focuses on personal achievement, a fulfilling life focuses on impact. What difference are you making in the lives of others? How does your passion serve something beyond yourself? Contribution gives your work meaning that transcends financial gain or recognition. A doctor may feel fulfilled not just by practicing medicine, but by knowing they save lives. A teacher may find fulfillment in shaping the minds of the next generation. Even small acts of kindness, mentorship, or service can create a deep sense of satisfaction because they remind you that your life touches others in meaningful ways. When your passion is tied to contribution, you feel a sense of purpose that a career alone cannot provide. Another part of building fulfillment is freedom. A career may provide stability, but without freedom, it can feel like a cage. Freedom does not always mean quitting your job to travel the world. It means having the ability to make choices aligned with your passion and values. It could be the freedom to work on projects you care about, to spend time with loved ones, or to live in a way that reflects your dreams rather than obligations. Freedom brings fulfillment because it allows you to feel in control of your life rather than trapped in a system that does not reflect who you are. The more your passion allows you freedom, the more fulfilled you will feel. Fulfillment also requires self-awareness. Many people spend their lives chasing goals without stopping to ask, is this what I really want? They achieve milestones but still feel empty because they never connected their goals to their deeper desires. Self-awareness means asking yourself hard questions. What brings me joy? What drains me? What values do I refuse to compromise? What kind of legacy do I want to leave? When you have clarity about yourself, you can design a life that brings fulfillment instead of chasing external validation. Without self-awareness, even a successful career can leave you feeling lost and unfulfilled. Joy in the process is another element of fulfillment. A career often emphasizes result, deadlines, promotions, or end goals. But fulfillment comes from enjoying the journey itself. When you love the process, every day feels rewarding, even if the outcome takes time. An artist who enjoys painting does not only find fulfillment in selling their art, they find it in the act of creating. A runner finds fulfillment not only in winning races, but in the daily discipline of training. When you choose a path where the process itself excites you, you create a life where fulfillment is constant, not conditional on distant achievement. Resilience plays a role as well. A career may be stable, but fulfillment requires weathering challenges with a strong heart. Life will inevitably bring setbacks, veiled projects, criticism, or personal struggles. If your life is defined only by career success, these obstacles can feel devastating. But when your life is built on fulfillment, setbacks become lessons, not defeats. You can bounce back because your passion and purpose give you reasons to keep moving forward. Resilience ensures that your fulfillment is not fragile but rooted in something deeper than external circumstances. Another important part of creating fulfillment is growth. A stagnant life rarely feels meaningful. Humans are wired to grow, to expand, and to learn. A career may give you stability, but fulfillment comes from continually stretching yourself beyond your limits. Growth could mean learning new skills, exploring new passions, or stepping into leadership roles. It could mean personal development, such as becoming more patient, compassionate, or confident. When you dedicate yourself to growth, life feels exciting and dynamic. You are not simply surviving, you are thriving. Relationships are also central to fulfillment. A successful career means little if you are lonely or disconnected. Fulfillment grows when you share your journey with people you love and who support you. Meaningful conversations, shared experiences, and bonds with family and friends enrich your life in ways that work alone never can. True fulfillment is not measured by the achievements you collect, but by the connections you nurture along the way. People who prioritize relationships alongside their passions create lives that feel abundant, not empty. Ultimately, creating a life of fulfillment means aligning your daily actions with your deepest values. It means making choices that honor your passion, your relationships, your growth, and your contribution. It means recognizing that life is bigger than a career, and that true success is living in a way that brings you joy, peace, and impact. When you build a life of fulfillment, work becomes more than just a job, it becomes an expression of who you are. Every day feels purposeful, and every effort feels worthwhile. Creating fulfillment is not about abandoning your career, but about ensuring your career is one part of a meaningful life. It is about making sure that your work reflects your passion, your time reflects your priorities, and your heart reflects your truth. When you pursue fulfillment, you stop chasing empty definitions of success and start living a life that feels rich in every way. A career may give you a title, but fulfillment gives you a story worth living and sharing. And when you combine passion, balance, growth, contribution, and love, you discover that fulfillment is not something you find. It is something you create every day by the choices you make. Inspiring others through your passion-driven path is one of the most rewarding aspects of living a life aligned with what you love. When you choose to pursue your passion wholeheartedly, it not only transforms your own life, but also creates a ripple effect that touches everyone around you. People are naturally drawn to authenticity, energy, and enthusiasm. When they see someone living boldly, doing what they love, and overcoming obstacles, it awakens something inside them. They begin to believe that they too can follow their own passions and create meaningful lives. In this way, your journey becomes larger than yourself. It becomes a source of light, hope, and motivation for others. The first way you inspire others is by leading through example. Words are powerful, but actions speak even louder. When you demonstrate the courage to follow your passion, despite fear or doubt, you show others what is possible. Many people feel stuck in unfulfilling routines because they believe chasing dreams is unrealistic or too risky. By living your truth, you prove that it can be done. For instance, when someone leaves a job they dislike to build a career in something they love, others watching may feel encouraged to reconsider their own choices. When you put in the effort to grow, persist, and eventually succeed in your passion, it shows others that passion is not just a dream but a viable path. Authenticity is another powerful way you inspire. In a world where many wear masks to fit into expectations, being yourself becomes revolutionary. When people see you embracing your unique passions, quirks, and talents without apology, it gives them permission to do the same. You become a living reminder that authenticity is not only acceptable but powerful. For example, an artist who paints in their own style rather than conforming to trends inspires others to honor their own individuality. Authenticity resonates deeply because it reflects courage, and courage is contagious. Sharing your story is another way your passion-driven path inspires others. Every journey comes with struggles, sacrifices, and moments of doubt. When you openly share your experiences, the obstacles you faced, the lessons you learned, and the victories you achieved, you connect with others on a human level. People are not only inspired by your success, but by your resilience. They relate to your struggles and find strength in your ability to keep moving forward. Your story becomes proof that setbacks are not the end but part of the process. By being vulnerable and real, you offer hope to those who may feel alone in their own battle. Another form of inspiration comes from the energy that passion generates. Passion is magnetic. It radiates in the way you speak, act, and approach life. When you love what you do, your enthusiasm shines through and others feel it. This energy can ignite motivation in people who have lost touch with their own passions. For example, a teacher who is passionate about their subject inspires students to care about learning. A leader who is passionate about their mission motivates their team to give their best. A creator who pours genuine love into their work inspires audiences to connect more deeply. Energy is contagious, and passion is one of the most powerful forms of energy you can share. Mentorship is another way your passion-driven journey inspires. As you grow in your field, you naturally become a guide for others who are just starting out. Offering advice, encouragement, and guidance not only helps others, but also strengthens your own sense of purpose. Mentorship is not about telling others exactly what to do, but about showing them what is possible and supporting them on their path. When you mentor, you pass on the lessons you've learned, helping others avoid mistakes and build confidence. In this way, your journey multiplies its impact, influencing lives beyond your own. Inspiring others through your passion is not always about grand gestures. Sometimes it happens quietly without you even realizing it. Someone may watch you consistently dedicate yourself to your passion, writing, creating, building, serving, and feel motivated to pursue their own goals. Even small acts of passion, like staying committed during tough times or celebrating small wins, can inspire others to believe that they too can endure. Inspiration often happens in the moments when you simply live authentically and let your light shine without trying to impress anyone. Overcoming fear and obstacles is one of the most inspiring parts of your journey. People are often held back by fear, but when they see you confront your fears and move forward anyway, it gives them courage. Your resilience in the face of challenges proves that fear does not have to be a barrier. For example, when an entrepreneur takes risks to build a business despite setbacks, others watching learn that failure is not final. When an athlete pushes through injuries to continue their passion, it shows others the power of determination. The act of rising after falling inspires more than never falling at all. Another powerful way you inspire others is by showing them the value of persistence. Passion alone is not enough. It is the consistency and determination to keep going that create success. When people see your discipline, waking up early, practicing daily, continuing even when results are slow, they realize that greatness comes from persistence. You inspire them not only to dream but to act, to commit, and to stay the course. Your persistence becomes a living example that success is not instant but earned through dedication. You also inspire by creating impact. When your passion contributes positively to others through art, service, innovation, or teaching, it demonstrates the power of living with purpose. People are moved when they see someone use their gifts to make the world better, no matter how small the impact. A musician may inspire joy through their songs. A doctor may inspire hope through their healing. An activist may inspire courage through their advocacy. When your passion makes a difference, people are inspired to find ways to make a difference through their own passions. Finally, inspiring others through your passion-driven path creates legacy. Legacy is not just about wealth or fame. It is about the lives you touched and the hearts you moved. Long after achievements fade, the inspiration you leave in others endures. A life lived with passion shows others what is possible and continues to encourage them long after you are gone. Your story becomes part of their fuel, and your journey becomes a roadmap for their own. Legacy is built not by what you take, but by what you give, and passion-driven living is one of the greatest gifts you can give to the world. In the end, inspiring others through your passion is not about perfection, status, or recognition. It is about living authentically, embracing your journey with all its ups and downs, and letting your passion shine through your actions. You inspire by being real, by persevering, by sharing, and by serving. Your courage becomes someone else's spark. Your persistence becomes someone else's encouragement, and your joy becomes someone else's reminder of what life can be. When you live your passion with purpose, you do more than change your own life. You awaken the possibility in countless others. That is the true power of passion. It creates not just personal fulfillment, but a legacy of inspiration that ripples through the lives of everyone you touch.